is the hospitality industry. All of these are being built on the Web 3.0 blockchain support service. Okay, now you know very well that today the whole world is going, digital, and blockchain is detecting the pace. Therefore, if you are still existing in the business space and you've not yet keyed into this latest innovation of the internet, please do, because you will just have to regret why you didn't do it when others were doing it. Don't join the naysayers. I believe that anything that is new is the mark of the beast. Some have tagged it 666. It please is not. The internet, the blockchain has nothing to do with that. Okay? So don't be carried away by those who tend to be overzealous with their faith, thinking that what they don't know is a mystery and of course is associated with evil. I do remember very well when the ATM card first came in Nigeria, there are so many of us that never believed that they will ever use ATM because they call it all manners of names. But today, are we not using it? Yes, so whether you like it or not, you see that you come in early or you come in late and pay the price. Therefore, what are the aviation sector of our business offering the masses today? And of course, when we say aviation, a time was when people believed that for aviation services to be run, it has to be owned by governments of the world. But today, what is happening? We have individuals like you and I now running aviation services very well. Even here locally, in Nigeria, we have the likes of Arik, we have Airpeace, and of course, several other ones. So it shows that the waters we are coming into is a familiar one. It's a familiar terrain. We are not starting something that is completely new. We're only coming to enhance, embed, something new into it so that you can also be part of, a co-owner of such system. Because as an individual, you are not like these bourgeois. They have all it takes to come into these muddy waters. But when we collaborate together, it becomes an easy task. And of course, the second, like we said, is e-taxi. The time was in this country and in the world at large where if you must move, you go to the park to board a taxi. You go to any other junction to board a taxi. If someone has told my dad, who died some years back, that a time will come where you have to sit at the comfort of your home and with a click of the button, an executive taxi will come pick you. He will say, you guys are dreaming. You people will stop dreaming, these children. But today it's a done deal. All of us all over the world will now move from the comfort of our homes with just an app created by, people who we consider as nobodies in the society.
Yes, sir.
Both was created by a 19-year-old boy, and today he's a multi-billionaire in dollars. So who tells you cannot be in that category, in that space? This space is big enough for all of us. We want to be like the eagles that believe that up there in the sky, there is enough space for us to soar. So we don't have to compete with anyone. We are competing with ourselves. We want to be better than the version we were yesterday. So Uber has showed us a path to follow. We give them the credit. But we're saying Uber is not enough, to just create an app. We want to create an app that will give every user the platform to earn money passively from the comfort of their home. You will see how that will be done shortly. And of course, we have the e-commerce. Oh, thank God some people say for COVID, because if not for COVID, some people would have seen believing that the only way to do when you have to pay higher bills to renew your rent. Today, you don't need all that. If I would say the Web3 is really doing a whole lot to our space, because with the Web3 latest version of the internet, a lot of things are being bettered.
Yes, sir.
And e-commerce is one of them. And what is e-commerce? Electronics buying and selling of instruments, commodities, name it. Even food stores are sold online. I remember when I was younger, where we were told and cautioned by our parents never to eat food from strangers. Now we are happily ordering food from strangers. People we don't know. They bring food to our homes, we pay, and we eat without fear. That is because someone took advantage of that space. That look, this thing called internet, I can use it to enhance my business. And no wonder so many persons today now work from home.
Sure.
Many people now work from home. Some time ago, before the internet got so widespread in Nigeria and Africa, we used to hear it that people work from home in Europe, in America, and we're like, how do they do it? Today it's no longer news. We are doing it already. It's only you that is left behind. Therefore, you can join this wagon of those who are making a difference and earning massively from the comfort of their home. I am an example. I retired well over 10 years ago. And people say, you are too young. When I told them I retired, I said, no, I'm done. I'm done, because I want to be strong to live the age, and the dream of what I had for myself.
Yes, sir.
I must not wait until I'm 70 years to retire, where you no longer become useful. You become a liability to the society, to your family. No. Retire at your prime. And you can only do that when you have systems that will be paying you even while you are not working actively. Sir. And that is the system we are creating before you today. So with our SWIFTtrip, guys, every one of us will be doing buying. And as people shop in our mall, in our mart, you will be getting paid. Don't ask me how. Just follow and you see how that will play out. Beautiful. Someone has in our mall. The next challenge is, how do I get the items to my house? You don't need to do that. Top. Everything you want is there. But after we have a logistic department, and that will take care of bringing items to your home. We are not the pioneer of sticks. We give it to the likes of share. When the young man told his friends so many years ago, over 50 years ago, little people believe that being a good they have own they have thousands of people all over the world, and they have been copied the likes of UPS, the likes of FIAS, and locally here, God is good. We're doing well. We are consulting better. We will enhance on what they are already doing, because our system, with our innovation policy, which we hear very soon, you begin to see why you should not joke with this opportunity. Opportunities like this don't come every day. Come once in a lifetime. So can't just say privilege and fortunate that you're here with us, listening to us this morning, because this is one opportunity that we will not repeat again. I have to repeat how they started. It came to Nigeria. The man is everywhere in Lagos preparing for SWIFTtrip next week. But he said his friend who joined, he is not at the same level with his friend. Wow. He has to even see his friend. Please, very soon your friends will see you. Financial intelligence has a way of differentiating people and separating old from new, because there's a level to get to in life. Natural law will play out separation, because you cannot be coming to a place where every time you have to, all you hear is, my children have not eaten, I have not eaten. It does one. It's irritating. And you know very well that you told the person about this opportunity and he didn't take it seriously because he felt that I have been scammed before. Yes, that you have been beaten is no reason why you should not try your hands on new things. Part of the path to success is failure. Yes, sir. If you don't fail, you won't succeed. Look at the beauty of the electricity we're enjoying today. Have you gone to read how Michael Faraday got it right? It was at the how many trial? After several successive trials, he didn't give up. Perhaps if he has, we would have been living in darkness up this way. So SWIFTtrip is saying we want to change the dynamics, the narratives of how businesses will be done, and how you, an ordinary person, can become somebody just by becoming part of a system. And how you do it, you see shortly after now. We have the fifth one. After we've taken you to those countries of the world where you desire to travel to, where would you pass the mind? And that is betting our hospitality industry, which is one of the most vibrant industry of the 21st century. Rwanda today, you can see what they are doing on that part. They are doing massively on hospitality. Who say we cannot do it? We have better tourist sites in Nigeria and Africa where we can bring the world to come see, and we'll earn massively on that. Therefore, the big question some of us are asking now is, all these things are good, but guys, when are you going live? Simply put, SWIFTtrip has not gone live. We are not, you see, we don't hide what we're doing here. We don't hype it too. We tell you the way it is. We are currently at the developmental stage. This is the vision phase, and we are calling for all subscribers all over the world to come and join hands with us, because I alone cannot do it. The CEO alone cannot do it, because we don't have that kind of financial capacity. And even if we do, the system we are creating will not allow us get to that point if you don't collaborate with us. You understand the system as we go further. Now, that is going to give back to, since we are calling for collaborations, how do you collaborate with us? It means that we are asking for you to come and subscribe to a package. The packages are of different categories and sizes, but your ownership percentage is a constant variable. screen right away and see the various subscription levels that is before you today you can take advantage of. From 1 to 7 are the stakeholder category. And then the list is the node. The node is where all of us can have a part. All of us can have a part on the node. Okay? But that is not to say that if you have the means to do the stake, you should not. The highest category on the stake level is a dealer's package, and it's going for 128 million naira, which is $128,000. And it gives the individual who is coming in with that percentage, with that package, 0.05%. And then the next to it is the standard slot is $64,000, which is 64 million naira Nigerian money, and the ownership percentage is 0.025. Down to base slot, which is 2 million naira, which is 2,000 naira, and then it gives you the ownership right of 0.0005. Now, all of these are in the stakeholder category, and we do know very well, with the way things are, not every one of us can come out with that kind of money. Now, one will be asking, how come 2,000 is 2 million? For now, our exchange rate is benched at 1,000 naira to $1. Mind you, that will not remain forever. So if you're hearing us today, take advantage of that exchange rate that is human-friendly and pocket-friendly. And then we have the node. The node is where our business concept actually is built on, because it's going to give us a customer base that will make us different from every other business all over the world. As we go on, you come to understand. And how much is a node today? The value is $100, which is 100,000 naira. But Grace is meeting you today because there is a promo that is going on. As at this morning, it is now 70,000 naira, which is $70. And it gives you the ownership right of 0.000000125%. Now get it. It will soon get to 100,000. All right? Now, if you say, let me be very sure, let me wait, that when it gets to 100,000 and you subscribe, does not give you a higher percentage, because the percentage will never change. The 0 into 5 places 125% is constant. So it's time you pay the price or take advantage of the promo that is before today. We'll go live. This is the answer before you. SWIFTtrip is going to go live. Sales of 3% shares, the volume of shares we're giving out to the entire public. Now we say at the sales of 3%, because what we are selling is actually 5%. 2% is going to the stakeholders, 3% to the holders. This 3% share would have the population of 5 million subscribers. Say that the SWIFTtrip is added and a milestone of the 2.4 million subscribers. This is where our lies. You see, these people tend to commonize. The man is coming with 7. They are the brain of our business. Yeah. Because if you understand the power of these numbers, the power of this number of people, you know that if we don't get them, we will have challenge. That is why the window is still open. Open now and collaborate with us. So that is very important. Now, someone is asking, how did 3% got to be shared by 2.4 million persons? It's simple. Because it is this mathematics that will enable our sharing formula of the earnings become equally very easy. That you can share 1 naira to 2.4 million persons is an easy task. That is the power of mathematics when you begin to break down the variables into smallest units of fractions. Therefore, if you look at the screen, you see how the mathematics was done. That 3% divided by 0 into 5 places 125% will give you 2.4 million node. 2.4 million node. And mind you, the uniqueness of our business is the fact that you cannot buy more than one. So it's 1 subscriber to 1 unit. That is another uniqueness. So for those who are afraid, are we not trying to scam people? And would they not scam you? Ask yourself, a business that has placed a restriction